Hi everyone, Snowflake Dan here with you. Today we're going to be going over how to load data from AWS Kinesis into Snowflake using the Firehose connector. The Firehose connector actually uses Snowpipe streaming under the hood, and so we'll be able to stream data into our Snowflake account. Let's get straight into it. So the first thing we'll want to do is go to the tutorial page. It'll actually be linked in the description of this video. Next, we'll want to download the required files first. So we'll simply click download. We'll open that up. And I'm going to be using VS Code to do my editing during this video. And this is just how I like it, but feel free to use whatever editor you want to utilize. Awesome. So we'll put this to the side and we'll head back to the tutorial. The first thing we'll want to do is actually generate a few keys. These are the keys that are going to be used to connect Kinesis and our Snowflake account. So let's copy that code and head back to VS Code. We'll paste that into our terminal and hit run. And you'll notice we get 3 keys. One, we'll get the public key, which is what is going to be used as the user inside of Snowflake. We'll get a private key, and then we'll get a private key for Kinesis. Now, the difference between these two is really just one has been formatted as a string so that Kinesis doesn't yell at us or give us an error. Awesome. So let's switch back. Now, the first thing we'll want to do is actually go to Snowflake and create a user with that public key. Let's copy that again and switch to Snowflake. Go to projects, and then we'll add a new worksheet. Now let's paste it in, and you'll notice the first thing we do is switch to the role account admin. We create a new user that's type service, and then we give the public key. So we'll switch back to our VS Code, grab that public key, we'll copy it, switch back to Snowflake, paste it in, and then the last one is we'll grant this user access to the role sysadmin. Now, the reason we do sysadmin is just for simplicity's sake of the tutorial. Feel free to use whatever role you feel necessary. You will have to put this role into Kinesis later on. So we'll simply select all of that, hit run, and we'll notice that our user has now been created. Great. So let's switch back to the tutorial. The next thing we'll want to do is, if we don't have a database or schema or warehouse, we'll want to create those. In this case, I have a fresh Snowflake account. So we're going to simply open that up, click copy, and we're going to paste that in underneath our code we just ran. We'll want to select all of that, hit run. And now you'll notice that we have, if we do a quick refresh, we'll notice we have a database with a schema called Kinesis inside of it. And then we'll switch back and grab that final portion in the Snowflake setup is the actual table we want to have this data loaded into. So we'll want to copy that one more time. We'll scroll down, we'll paste it in, and again, we'll select all of it and hit run. And now if I do a refresh, we'll notice we have a table called taxi data. So today we're going to be loading taxi data into our Snowflake account. Awesome. So now we're at the point where we're going to be doing a little bit of AWS setup. So we'll switch to AWS now. We'll go to Kinesis. And we'll want to create our first data stream. So we'll first set up the data stream, then we'll set up the Firehose connector to load the data in. So we'll create the data stream. We'll give it a name. In this case, I'm just going to call it Daniel Wilczak stream. In this case, I'm a big fan of underscoring, so we'll just use underscore. We'll want to select on demand, and then we'll create the data stream. Now, this will be creating. Let's switch back to our tutorial, and it kind of walks us through this entire process of actually creating this stream, just like I just did with you. So just feel like if you're not following along in this video, it's okay. There's a picture-by-picture tutorial. Once it's created, what we'll want to do is actually copy the US East 1. This is actually going to be utilized later when we're doing our AWS config in the CLI of AWS, so that our data generator can load data in. So great. So the next step is going to be the Firehose step. So we'll switch over. We'll copy this. Then we'll switch over to Firehose. So we'll search Amazon Data Firehose. We'll create a Firehose, and we'll want to select Kinesis data stream as our source, and then we'll want to select Snowflake as our destination. Great. We'll give it a name. So in this case, I'll keep it straightforward, and we'll call it Daniel Wilczak Firehose stream. Next, we'll want to select our actual stream. So we'll click Browse. We'll select the stream itself. We'll click Choose. Then there'll be some configurations for our Snowflake account. So the first one is we'll need a URL. So where do we get that URL? Well, inside of Snowflake, we'll simply want to go back to our Snowflake account, go to the bottom left-hand corner, hover over our Snowflake account. In this case, I have many, but you'll simply have one, and we'll want to click this copy account URL button. So we'll copy that, switch back to Firehose, paste it in, and then you'll notice here it says user end and private key. That's what we want to select. So the user will be the user we entered in earlier into Snowflake when we were creating it, and the next part will be that private key. So we'll want to switch back to VS Code, grab our Kinesis private key. I'll select all of it, copy it, and then I'll paste it in. Great. We never set it up with a passphrase, but if you need to, you can. We won't use the default role. We'll actually want to specify which one it is. Then we'll want to add in the database. So during the creation process, we have it called raw. The schema was Kinesis. Then the Snowflake table was taxi data. And we could see that if we switch back to our Snowflake account, it was raw, Kinesis, and the table was taxi data. Awesome. We'll use JSON keys as table column names. This is one of my favorite features with this connector, is that if you're loading JSON in, it'll actually use those keys as column names so that you don't have to load the whole thing as a nested structure in variant types. So really great feature, just wanted to call that out. The next thing we'll want to do is actually set up a bucket. So we'll create a new bucket so that if any kind of messages don't actually get passed through or there's a delay, we'll have this S3 backup for that data. So we'll simply want to click Create. We'll create a general purpose one, and we'll simply want to call it Daniel Wilczak Firehose failed data. Great. Don't need to set anything special on this one. We'll simply click Create the bucket. We can't use underscores, so that's my apology. This is the difference between Firehose and S3. So we'll click Create Bucket. And now we have a bucket. So we'll want to switch back to Firehose. We'll browse for that bucket. We'll give it a good refresh, and we'll notice that we have our S3 bucket there. We'll click Choose. Great. And now everything is set. If you have any kind of, if you want like more real-time data or quicker responses, you could always change the settings for the buffer. So if you wanted to have, maybe less data that sits inside of the buffer so that it pushes it to Snowflake a lot quicker, you can change the size. But 1 megabyte for today's example is perfectly fine. We'll click Create Firehose Stream. And our Firehose stream will start to set up. Now, if we go back to the tutorial, we could skip through all of this that we just accomplished, but it goes over everything I just did. Great, so we're back to this step. Next thing is we'll want to set up the AWS user and access key. The idea here is that when we load this data, or when we're generating this data to load it into Kinesis, we'll actually need a user who has permissions to be able to access that Kinesis, the Kinesis stream itself. So, like the tutorial says, we'll go to IAM and then user. So we'll search IAM. Then we'll go to IAM. We'll go to users on the left side menu, and we'll create a new user. In this case, I'm simply going to call it Daniel Wilczak, just as simplicity. Click Next. We'll want to attach policies directly because we don't want to create any of this. We want to keep it simple for this tutorial. The next thing we'll want to do is look up Kinesis. And you'll notice there's one called Amazon Kinesis Full Access. That's what we want. We want to be able to write to Kinesis to push that data out. And in this tutorial, it actually shows you that exactly. So if you want to know the specific name, it's right there. Great. So now if we switch back, we click Next, we click Create User. We'll then have that user created for us. Now what we want to do is actually generate a key for this user because we have to be able to access it somehow locally. So we'll click on that user and we'll create an access key. We'll want to select command line interface. The idea here is that we're going to use a command line to actually push that data in, or at least the command line as a means to have connectivity to load that data in. Great. We'll click I understand. We'll click Next. We don't care about a description, and we'll create the access key. So here we'll want to pause. So we'll want to copy both of these keys, so the access key and the secret key. But I'm going to switch back to the tutorial, so I'll just keep that screen alive. We'll scroll all the way down. And the next part will actually be the CLI setup. So we'll simply click on here. And we can go, and I'm running on a Mac, but feel free to use whichever CLI operating system you're on. We'll click Mac OS. And if I didn't have it downloaded, all I would have to do is click this package, and then it would install it would be loaded into my computer or downloaded. Then I would install it, and we would be ready to use the terminal to configure our CLI. So I've already got it installed, but feel free to do so. We'll switch back to our tutorial very quickly. So I'll click back, and the first thing we'll want to do is run the command AWS config. So if we go to our terminal, we click AWS, we paste in AWS config. This will ask us a few questions. The questions will be, hey, what is your access key ID? So we can get that from what we just generated. So we'll grab this access key ID. We'll paste that in there. Then we'll want to get our secret. So we'll copy that as well. And by the time this tutorial is on, this key will be gone. So don't feel like it's actually compromising any kind of key. This will be deleted. And then we'll want to grab our region that the Kinesis stream is on. So what we'll want to do is we can go back. We'll go to Firehose. We can click on it. And we can get our USDs 1 again. Because it's been a long time since I copied that. So we'll paste that in as well. We don't care about the default format. And we'll click Enter. So now our CLI is ready to be used with our Python generator. So we'll go back to our tutorial, we'll scroll down a little bit, and we'll get some Python instructions here. And so this is actually going to be the mecca of the point where we actually generate that taxi data and push it to Kinesis, which will push it to Firehose, which will finally land it into our Snowflake account streamed. So we'll simply want to copy all of this. It'll generate a virtual environment. It'll activate that virtual environment. It'll install all the packages needed, and then it'll run Python. But before we do that, we actually want to take one step back and update one specific thing in the code. So one specific thing in the code is actually our stream name. So if we remember back when we first started, we remember setting up our stream. We'll simply want to put that stream there and hit save. So now we can go back and copy that Python startup script, and we'll want to paste this in. So if I run all of that, it'll install the packages, and then it'll start generating these messages. And so those messages will be sent. And so if we switch over to our Snowflake account, give it a few seconds, and we go to our databases, and we go to our raw data to Kinesis, and to our table and our taxi data, you'll notice that it's already started loading data. If I start doing a quick refresh on this data, you'll notice that more and more records are being loaded into the account, or they're being streamed into the account. Now, you can do whatever you kind of want with this data. This was just like a really great example of like taxi data that kind of showcases it. So if we do a data preview, you could see that there's some date columns in here. You could see what is the last record. And so you could see how many seconds ago that last record came in. And you'll notice that it's around 10 seconds. So this kind of showcases the value of Snowpipe streaming and loading data in this real-time fashion. So this has been Kinesis to Snowflake. Hopefully you've enjoyed the tutorial. Thank you for watching.